welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ayala, and today I am back with another video. And today we are doing a video in a different style. So I am going to be talking about how you can find peace within yourself, but the visual that you are going to have is a portion of my night routine and a portion of my morning routine. So we are going to get right into this video, but before we do, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the entire video if you want to know how to find peace within your life, peace within situations in your life, and let's get into it. So a portion of my life, a very large portion actually of my life, I feel like I wasn't really at peace with myself. Like, it was always, and I'm not saying my life, I grew up with a super chaotic life, but what I am saying is I did internalize a lot of things or take a lot of things very seriously. And sometimes certain things didn't deserve as much energy coming from me. And now I'm realizing that I've kind of implemented, or not even kind of, I have implemented some things into my regimens and things into my daily life that help me find peace within myself, that help me remain with the peace that I find in life and in situations and things like that. So one of the ways that I have been able to find peace within myself is by allowing things to happen the way they happen and not trying to control things beyond what I can control. And so what I mean by that is, like, sometimes things will happen and there's nothing we could do about it, but we still allow ourselves to stress about it. We still allow ourselves to worry about it. And in results of that, we don't get anything but a headache. We don't get anything but just all these different emotions and aches in the body. And it doesn't make a situation better. Stressing yourself out, it doesn't have any benefit. And I feel like when there's things that you can't control, you kind of just have to release it and accept it for what it is, because a lot of times we hold on to things that we can't change. And when you can't change something, like, what can you do about that? Like, it's really that simple. If there's something that is out of your control and you can't do anything about it, then you shouldn't be trying to give energy to it. Like, it's wasted energy, if that makes sense. What sense does it make to dwell on something that you can't control? Like, why even stress yourself out about that? Another thing I found very helpful was proactive forgiveness. And proactive forgiveness is really for your emotional liberation. Like, I don't like to sit on unsettled energy. Like, if I get into it with somebody feels a way about me, I feel a way about somebody else. I don't like for the energy to just sit there. I like to communicate about it, talk it out, do whatever we have to do to bring that peace back and to release that negative energy. And I also am not the person to hold on to things. And I feel like when you hold on to things, you have like this part of you inside of you that you haven't forgiven, because everything starts within. So in order for you to be able to even forgive somebody else, you have to first be able to forgive yourself and understand. And so I think it's very important to make peace with others and learn how to forgive, instead of like dwelling and carrying these feelings about this person because they've done something to you in the past or something. Like, you're never going to have a sense of peace if you keep holding on to these negative things. Like, you kind of just have to do it for yourself and not think about forgiving somebody for them, because everything ultimately is for you. So even giving yourself an apology sometimes can lead you to being able to forgive other people. But it's important to focus on things that are in the present moment than dwelling on things that are in the past. So that brings me to another point. We have to cherish the moments that we have now. Like, we can't be stuck in another one, because when we're stuck in another moment, we're not able to give gratitude and give thanks to the moment that we're in at that moment. Like, you can't be present if you're somewhere else, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like, in order to be present, you have to tap into your five senses. You have to be focusing on what is around you, what you can see, what you can hear, what you can feel, what you can taste. Like, you have to tap into your five senses in order to be present where you are at. And I think a lot of people lose their sense of peace when they're focusing on how, they got to go to work at this time tomorrow, or they got to handle this, or they got to do that, or oh, they got this going on. It's like you're focusing on everything else rather than what's in this present moment right now. In that present moment will bring you peace. That's how you ground yourself. That is how you ground yourself. That is how you get in tune with yourself. And that is how you free up space in your mind for God, for the Most High, to be able to send you divine messages. And I think also another thing too is like the present moment is a gift. Like, if you think about a present, like let's think about Christmas, like Christmas presents. It's like present. The word present, like presents, is it's a gift. Like, a present is a gift, and the present moment is also a gift. And the word present, like present, is something being presented to you. So the present moment should be always given gratitude. It should always be acknowledged. And in order to find that peace, you have to learn how to become more present. And a lot of people may struggle with that sometimes. Well, how do I get these negative thoughts out of my head? Or how do where do I start? Well, start meditating. Start listening to certain frequency sounds, stop consuming negative things, change your circle. I have a video on here on my channel, and I talk about how to become the best version of yourself, or how to become the woman of your dreams. And in that video, I talk a lot about that. So if you want to know more about that, definitely go check that out. But my point is, when you focus on something that's not happening in that very moment, you are not present. It's a result of not being present when you are focusing on something other than what is happening at that very moment. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to think about things that aren't happening in that present moment. But what I'm saying is, make sure that you're thinking about things that are going to uplift you, things that are not going to lower your vibration. If it's something negative, stop worrying about it. Stop thinking about it. If it's something positive that's going to make you feel good, that's going to make you happy, give it all the energy that you want to give it. But if it's taken away, then you got to subtract that from your life. That's just as simple as that. Anything that is subtracting from you in your life, you need to subtract it. And always remember that if there's anything that is taking away from your peace, from your happiness, from your confidence, from your self-love, from your well-being, your health, anything, it needs to be subtracted from your life. You can't let something come in and subtract and take away from you. No, you take that thing away so that it does not overpower you. And that's with anything. Like, that's also with food, just to get a little off topic real quick. In relation to food, it's like when you eat things that are not good for you, the result of that is like your health is going to be altered, like in a way that isn't going to be for your benefit. So that's a prime example of having something in your life that is subtracting. Another example could be like having a specific person in your life that's always like negative, or they always have something bad to say, or people in your life that are just all about drama. They always want to talk about something negative, like they never have anything good to say. It's like they're lowering your vibration. They are taking away from you. They are interrupting your peace, and we don't want that. Something else that I found very helpful also was like creating a routine for a sense of stability. Like when you create a routine, it creates a sense of stability in your life. Like a routine provides you structure and predictability. I think that's where a lot of like stress people have comes from, is like not knowing what's next, not knowing what's going to happen. But when you have a routine, you kind of plan things out yourself, and can at least predict certain things that may occur throughout your day. And also, just like knowing what to expect helps people feel more like in control of their environment. Also, like it allows you to be like better equipped to like handling challenges and stuff like that. Like, and in order to even establish a routine, you have to establish like a rhythm that promotes balance and productivity. Like it can't just be like any routine. It has to be something that's also like aligning with your goals and things that you want to do in the future. So that you can like contribute to like your overall sense of well-being and stability. Like it's a holistic thing, and I'm gonna continue to like talk about this because I do believe in holistically doing things, like, and it starts with you, and it starts from within. And so just having a routine puts you on a path of like knowing, you can kind of sense certain things that's next, or like you're being productive, as far as like working on things that you're passionate about or are trying to build. Like when you're focusing on things like that, it's being done in a positive way, it creates a sense of peace. I feel like when people don't have routines, their life is chaotic. And when people also don't have routines, that means that they also don't have certain boundaries. And when you don't have certain routines, anybody can come in and just do whatever, say whatever, and throw you off a track. Versus when you have a routine, it's like, okay, I have a sense of discipline. Like I'm doing things daily that is aligning me with my future self and the goals that I have. And when you're aligned with your future self and the goals that you have, like you're more likely to be at peace. I feel like people are not at peace when things are chaotic for them. Like when you don't know what you're doing, when you are stressed about how this may not work out or that may not work out, it creates stress and it creates worry and it clutters your mind. So getting on a routine definitely creates a sense of stability, it creates a sense of peace, and I honestly encourage everybody to do that. Lastly, what I really want to talk about is solitude. I think that a huge reason I even have found peace within myself in the first place is because I have had a period of time where I was practicing solitude. And solitude really allows you to have a deep self reflection, and it leads to a lot of it just leads to a better understanding of oneself and one's personal growth. And without solitude, I don't think I would be where I am now. I don't think I would even know who I am. And that's even a thing in itself. Like a lot of people are not at peace because they don't know who they are. Like how can you find a sense of peace when you don't even know the body that you're operating in? Like you don't fully know yourself, and what you like to do, what you're passionate about, how you like to feel, what type of mood best suits you, what type of environment you like that best brings you peace. Like it's also going to bring you a lot of clarity. Like it's going to allow you to mentally get clarity and mentally get focused on the things that you need to individually prioritize. It's going to bring out your creativity. Like it's going to put you in a space of being able to like freely flow with certain ideas that resonate with yourself, that don't come from like external influences or any interruptions from anybody else. Like it'll truly come from within you. It helps with stress also, honestly. Like being social all the time, like we need to be by ourselves sometimes and be quiet and just sit in our own space and our own comfort sometimes. We don't always need to be around people. When we are always around people, um, we can't hear ourselves anymore. Like there's always another voice that's outside of us. And so it's important to definitely practice that solitude. It's going to teach you independence, and self resilience, and it's going to help you build your confidence and just bring you to an awareness of your own abilities. And these are all things that are going to make you self aware of yourself and make you mindful and make you appreciate life and make you operate in more of the present moment. Like when we are by ourselves, we are more likely to operate in the present moment because there's not a lot going on around us. And when we also are in solitude as well, we are in control of what goes on around us. And that will in itself allow you to figure out more of who you are by the things that you do when you are by yourself. So for me, like practicing solitude, I learned that I like to dance, I like to write, I like to be in nature, I like to work out, I like to cook. Like all of these things I have found out about myself that now bring me a sense of peace because I know who I am. It's all solitude. It's all solitude. You learn a lot when you are by yourself and in your own space. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video on how you can find peace within yourself. These are a few things that I have implemented into my life and my daily routines that have helped me. So, if you enjoyed this video, definitely let me know in the comments down below. This is something new that I'm trying as far as the visuals and the voiceover. So, definitely make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace and love.